Welcome, everyone. You've reached Grandma Mo. Appreciate it if you can hit that subscribe button for me. Trying to grow the channel. So this was played Thursday on Amazon Prime, and Chicago started out really well. They were leading, and Atlanta was having a bad first half, and they weren't shooting threes very well. And Chicago looked pretty good, you know. And then there was some nice post-to-post action between Elizabeth Williams and Camila Cardoso. And then in the second half, it was like they tried that a couple of times, but then they stopped. And then they weren't finishing. And then before you know it, Atlanta starts hitting, as late as, I think, 6 minutes, I want to say, in the fourth quarter, it was like an 8-point game. And then Atlanta just blew up making 3-point shots. And Chicago, they were at like 63 points for quite a while. They didn't hit a shot. And, between that and Atlanta hitting their 3-point shot, all of a sudden an 8-point lead went to 20. And that was that. And Atlanta gets the win. And even though they started out, slow, the scoring in the just remarkable difference. So the Atlanta Dream get the win 86-65, and they are now 19-11, and I believe they are in fourth place. Chicago drops to 8-22. Points in the paint, very even, 36-38. Second chance points, though, that's where Atlanta 13-4. Fast break points 13-2. Biggest lead 21. Chicago had a 9-point lead at one point. Turnovers were even, points off turnovers. Atlanta capitalized on that. They had 15 to Chicago's 8. So first quarter, Chicago was up 18-15. Then they increased that to 60. They scored 16 to Atlanta's 13. So they were up by 6 at halftime. And then Atlanta their third quarter outscored them 32-18. And then outscored them again 26-13 in the fourth quarter. And they get an 86-65 victory over the Chicago Sky. And, it's too bad for the Sky because, they were playing really well and then they just couldn't pull it out. And, I don't know why they didn't keep going into Cardoso and Williams. There were quite a few blocks. Let's see how many blocks there were. Cardoso had 4 blocks. They have Williams down for 1. Oh, she got a foul on, or someone else got a foul on one. But Adkins had a block, and Rachel Banham had a block, and so did Rebecca Allen. I thought Elizabeth Williams had more than one watching the game. But Chicago only had 2 players in double figures, Cardoso and Rachel Banham, and that was it. Nobody else had. There were too many missed, chippies for Chicago in the second half, and that was the difference in the game. They shot pretty similar. Atlanta shot 45% to Chicago's 43%, but the 3-point shooting, although it was bad in the first half for Atlanta, they picked it up in the second, and they were 42% from 3, and Chicago was only 30%. So he had Onyenwene, I can never pronounce her name. She had 2 points. Elizabeth Williams had 8. She had 4 rebounds. A lot of the rebounds were going to Atlanta. They'd tip, and then Atlanta would get the ball. So Cardoso had 12 points. She should have had a lot more points in this game. She had some missed shots down low. Not a ton. She was 6 for 12 overall. But, she should have made a couple more. She ended up with 5 assists. That was the post-to-post action that was happening. And that was working. But then they'd missed the shot. Not all the time, but, it's too bad they couldn't rectify that. She had 6 rebounds. Adkins, 8 points. She was 4 for 8, but she was 0 for 3 from 3. She had a block, 2 steals, 4 assists, 4 rebounds. Banham, 18 points. She had 2 assists and 4 rebounds. She was 6 for 11 overall and 3 for 6 from 3. So good game for her. I mean, Bantam had a good. She was playing well for them. Uzan had 4 points. She was 2 for 7. 0 for 2 from 3. Kia Nurse, she only took 2 shots. She had 2 points. Rebecca Allen, 5 points. She only took 3 shots. Westbeld had 6 points. She was 3 for 5. Haley Van Lith got in at the end of the game. They wanted to take Ariel Atkins out. So for Atlanta, they had 4 players in double figures. Alicia Gray, 25 points for her, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. She had a block and a turnover. But she was 3 for 5 from 3, 9 for 15 overall. That's 60% for both. And then she was 4 for 4 from the line. Naz Hillman, she didn't shoot well this game. She was 1 for 7, 0 for 4 from 3. But she had 11 rebounds and 4 assists. She had ended up with 7 points. Bree Jones, not a fantastic game for her, but she's always a presence that will deter the other team from going inside. So she had 8 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists. She had 3 steals and a block, and she had 2 turnovers. Pow Pow, this was a good game for Pow Pow. She had 12 points. She was 4 for 11, 3 for 5 from 3. Jordan Canada, another good game for her. 17 points. She had 6 assists, 6 rebounds. She had 3 steals and 2 turnovers. She was 1 for 4 from 3, but 6 for 12 overall. Shatori Walker Kimbrough, 7 points. She had 2 assists and 2 rebounds. She was 2 for 4. Coffee, she came on strong in the third and fourth quarter. She ended up with 10 points and 5 rebounds, 3 for 5. And Smalls and Theory got in at the end of the game, but they didn't. Theory ended up with a rebound, but that was it. So that's it for this one. Another good win for Atlanta. And the Sky, they're just not putting together a complete game. But they were good in the first 3.5 quarters. They were pretty good. So they got to figure that out. So that's it for this one, and we'll see you next time.